What's up, everybody? Analog Kid here. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Analog Hour. It's now the 8th episode, and I can hardly believe it myself. Really appreciate all the listens out there. Definitely, please leave me a comment wherever you're listening to this, whether it be iTunes or YouTube or Facebook. I really appreciate the comments because it's communication from you guys, and makes me keep getting better at this thing called podcasting. And also, tell you the truth, really helps the podcast get more visible online and stuff like that. But I always say that we got a cool episode coming up, because we usually do. And tonight is equally as cool, if not cooler, because I got someone who is pretty close to home as our guest this evening or morning, whatever time you're listening to this. He is part of my life now, because he is now the permanent drummer of our band, King Soul and the Vibes. I'm talking about Green Tea, of course. Green Tea is an excellent drummer from Cleveland, Ohio. I first met Green Tea when he was with his former band, 28 North. And they used to tour like so much everywhere in the States. And whenever they would come to California, they'd usually hang out with some common friends. And I got to meet them. And I got to jam with Tyler a few times. So, yeah, we became friends and kept in touch. And I found out that he moved to California for good. So I hit him up. And I asked him if he'd want to jam with King Soul and the Vibes. And so he jammed with us, and it clicked. Now he is pretty much our full-time drummer. He's been with us for like 9-10 months now, actually. So I'm really grateful that he's in our band, because our band's sounding really, really awesome now because of our chemistry together. So, here he is, my friend and comrade, Green Tea. All right, thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Analog Hour. Tonight, I got pretty cool guests. I got old friend and new comrade who's now in my new band. Tonight we got our drummer.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Podcast Landia. This is Tyler Bond,
AKA
talking
Green
to
Tea.
you. This is my maiden voyage into podcast world. It's a thrill.
Oh, cool, man.
This is a
Glad to
pleasure
pop
to
your
be on
cherry.
your podcast, friend.
Glad to pop your cherry. So, Tyler here is a great musician and so a
Thank you.
wonderful drummer. So, what got you started playing drums?
Well, I began as a young lad at the tender age of 11. They come to your school and they do the school band thing, and you get to try out for instruments. I don't know. Did you get to do that at all?
I did.
Yeah. I went for trumpet, or I went for drums first, right? Drums seemed like the coolest. Seemed the most badass.
Right on.
So of course everybody wants to go for the drums, and they were like shoving us through these real fast auditions, and just here, kids, tap out this pattern real quick. No, you're no good. And they would because they took one kid for the drums, So I got denied. That was, I think, 5th grade.
Damn.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna come at this 6th grade. I'm gonna come at him and just knock down the door and be like, "Yo, I'm the drummer in town."
Nice.
I guess that was my attitude, but that's what I did. I took
Back in
lessons.
Cleveland.
Yeah, this is in Cleveland, Ohio. This is where I grew up.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out Cleveland, a wonderful city. Um, but yeah, I was fortunate to have a cool or a good school music program. I have
So
to shout
the
out
school
Lakewood
band,
High School.
that's where you learn how to play
Lakewood
drums.
music programs. Yeah, they were great. Yeah, that's where it all started. Yeah,
Cool.
I was very dedicated. I practiced a lot.
So, did your folks get you a drum set at that point?
You know, they did. They were super cool and supportive. They got me a drum set. I think I was in 7th grade when I got the drum set. My first drum set, like 12 years old.
Badass.
You know, first you spend a year on the snare pad. You know,
All right.
get a snare drum, and then in school band you play like bass drum, concert bass drum, and snare drum, and crash cymbals, and little timpani maybe. But then,
Oh, right on.
yeah, then I kind of graduated to the full drum set. My dream.
In
7th grade, like the year
cool.
later. Yeah, it was cool. They bought me this used kit they found. I don't know. This was back in the day when you looked through like, what do you call them? Classified sections, newspapers, in the sale or whatever, magazines, local stuff like that. And they found some guy that was selling his old drum set. I remember he's like some 80s rocker dude who had Bon Jovi posters.
I still remember it.
Yeah, oh yeah, vividly.
You remember picking it up from this house?
Yeah, totally. He had like Playboy posters on the wall and shit. I'm there with my mom. It was cool. It came with 2 bass drums, actually.
Really?
It did, yeah.
So he was a total 80s hair metal guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he probably needed some money, so.
Oh, totally. I'm sure he's probably hit on some hard times. He's like, this is the early 90s. He was like, oh, man, we're done, man. The hair metal's over. Time to sell the gear.
Oh, no shit.
Cash in. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I don't know if it was like that, but
Then he started a grunge band
vibe.
after.
Right. He had to get rid of his double bass drum kit and go pick up a crappy,
a 4-piece.
Pearl export. Whatever it was. I feel like those were big at the time. Anywho.
Cool. So, what were you into when you started playing drums? Like music?
Let's see. I mean, at that age, I definitely was listening to Green Day a lot. Nirvana, I was, the typical predictable stuff like
In
Pearl
the
Jam,
90s.
Alice in Chains. I loved.
Oh, sweet. Me too, man.
I was big into them. I was a huge. I mean, kid of the '90s. And there's some rap music too, of course. That was like when rap music was becoming like.
What's your favorite Alice in Chains song?
I love Rooster. Can't go wrong with Rooster, right?
Hell yeah.
Man, some dude sang that at karaoke over the holiday. I freaked out. I was like, yeah. I was like, yes.
But they never do it right, though, because it's so...
What do you mean?
It's a fucking hard song to sing.
Sure, yeah.
So...
Lane Staley could belt it.
Yeah.
For a heroin addict, he was on point.
Dude, are you kidding me? He's one of the best singers ever.
Yeah.
Did the guy do a good job, though?
He did a good job, actually. Yeah.
Really?
He did it justice, I think.
Where?
It's hard to nail. I don't think.
Where was this in Cleveland?
This was in Cleveland. Yeah, I was back there for the holiday. My folks were there,
and you were at a karaoke.
And yeah, sometimes you just gotta go out and do some fucking karaoke.
Right on. What did you sing?
It's a good time. What did I do? That night, I did a CCR song. I went easy.
Oh, nice.
Can't go wrong with CCR. What was it?
What?
Bad Moon Rising. That's the one I did.
How's that one go?
I see a bad moon rising. Yeah.
There you go. Well, speaking of which, you also sing in our band.
Yeah, I do sing. I do some singing with.
So
King
when
Soul
did
and
you
the
start singing?
Well, that started, I guess, So I was in this band 28 North for like over 10 years.
Right.
Shout out 28 North.
Who's
It's back in Pittsburgh, PA. Homeboy Mike Linder still doing it, holding it down, playing lots of gigs out there in the region.
so it's still 28 North.
Yeah, yes, 28 North is still a thing. Yeah, for sure.
But is it do you have a new band now?
He might be playing with some guys out there. Actually, I'm not really sure. I know he does a lot of solo gigs and like, loop pedal stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gigging a lot for sure.
Right on.
But that's where I started singing. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, age of 20, 19 or so.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. So how was it like playing drums and singing for you? Did it come naturally, or was it weird at first?
Oh, it was a challenge for sure. I have to say I was definitely inspired to do so because of Levon Helm, primarily.
Right.
The band.
The drummer of the band.
I'd have to say probably my favorite band. Still,
Is
ultimately, if I have to pick one, it's gonna be them, because they were just like the perfect iteration of what a band should be. They even got to have the name The Band. It's the perfect package.
Yeah.
All of it. But
Robbie
big part
Robertson.
of that was Robbie Robertson, genius songwriter.
Yeah. Where were they from? Did they start off as a band, or did they come together?
Well, they
after their careers, because I know they have solo careers, right?
Yeah, they mostly started in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Most of the guys,
Canadian.
except for Levon Helm, he's American. He was a Southern guy. And now it's kind of escaping me how they all met to begin with, but it was like they got their start with this guy, Ronnie Hawkins. I know that. I guess they were kind of just like a rock and roll, almost like rockabilly, maybe. Not rockabilly, but, old school rock. And from there, I think some point Bob Dylan swooped in, basically took them for his band. And I think that's kind of their big break. But
oh, really? So they backed Bob Dylan?
Yeah, totally. For a minute there.
Really? So were they his electric band?
They weren't like his original, like the Newport
the
Folk,
first one?
like the Newport Folk Festival, electric band moment. No, I don't think that was them, but they endured a lot of the same thing. Like they got booed, straight up booed a lot because everybody wanted Bob Dylan, the folk artist.
Yeah, with acoustic guitars.
Right, and then he shows up with this band making this racket.
Right.
To the audience's credit, he probably was singing terribly.
Right.
Even though I love Bob Dylan. He's my favorite songwriter, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I love him.
Better than Paul McCartney?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say.
Paul McCartney
I'd give him the edge.
My favorite song.
Paul McCartney, okay.
Yeah.
I would definitely support that that opinion.
Yeah, I mean, just because of.
I mean, it's tough to say who's better. I mean, they're all at that
That's
level.
just
They're
your
all
favorite,
fucking great.
But yeah, Bob Dylan's got some. I guess his voice just jades it for me. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the best singer.
No.
Paul McCartney is a fantastic singer.
Right.
One of the greats. So I mean that's a benefit for him, but and strictly in terms of songwriting, I just think Bob Dylan was just insanely.
Yeah, just the poetry.
Yeah.
And like the wordplay.
That element.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's good shit. So, who's your top 3 favorite drummers?
That's tough. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Tony Williams. He's like, in that world of jazz and fusion.
Who's your favorite?
Probably is my favorite guy. just
on.
so insanely creative and was just pushing the envelope wise. He wasn't perfect all the time, which I appreciate and respect.
Yeah.
He really pushed the envelope. I'd have to say Vinny Colaiuta, another fusion
Oh, we got
guy.
to see him.
Right, we saw him.
With,
And that's that's the only time I've seen him. Actually, it was at
me too.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, which I was.
I was like, who the hell's that dude with the with the bald headed mullet?
the balding but long haired dude.
Mullet. It was fucking.
Yeah, he's got a funny look these days, but he's just a monster.
Yeah,
He can play anything.
Still is. Do you know that he played a Megadeth album and he toured?
Yeah, right. He did. That's right. I always forget that, but that's a perfect example.
Yeah,
I mean, he plays literally anything. He'll play like on I think he's on like he plays on like pop records, like Vanessa Carlton or something, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Something you wouldn't even expect.
Yeah.
Which is another credit, somebody that can just lay down the simplest, just
right on.
I don't know, tasteful
so
things.
Vinny, right on.
Yeah, I'd have to say him.
Cool, man.
And then a third, it's really tough to say. Because there's just so goddamn many,
Yeah.
I guess I'll say Buddy Rich, even though it's
right on.
I mean, it's kind of lopsided that it's all jazz and fusion guys that I'm naming, but
yeah,
because I appreciate a lot of different drummers for different things, of course. But in terms of pure abilities and sound, I guess.
Yeah.
And Buddy Rich might be better than all of the three. Actually, he's just such a force.
Yeah.
He's a force of nature.
Definitely is. So, would you say that you were more into jazz than rock?
I guess if I'm gonna pick one, I'm gonna pick jazz.
Right on.
Just because it's more. I think it's on the fundamental level. It's just so like exploratory. I guess.
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of pretentious, but it's like
for playing.
Yeah, it's always sort of like the point is to kind of, in my opinion, that's the other thing about jazz is like everybody's got to have their own opinion on jazz too, because it's sort of open ended. But yeah, that's why I would say jazz. But
more funk.
I want everything. You know, I want everything in music at all times.
Right on.
Everything or anything. I don't know.
Well, how do you like playing reggae?
Oh, I love reggae. Oh, I love reggae to death, man. It's just, I don't know. It's just that zone you get in. It's kind of one of those like perfect kind of feelings when you get reggae right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody locks in. And it's so simple. Obviously, the different pieces. Yeah, and I grew up loving Bob Marley. That was always a big household.
Right on. So your folks were into music.
Yeah. I was fortunate to have folks with good taste in music. I definitely heard a lot of good stuff.
Cool. So, did you form? When did you form that the 28 North?
28 North. Okay, so that was, I guess, originally formed. I was just thinking about this the other day. It was a while back. It was like 2005 or 6, and basically.
And you were the original member, right?
Yes. Originally started as a group of friends from music school. Basically, we went to Duquesne Music School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wonderful music school, actually. Great staff and
what's the name of it?
Incredible facilities. Duquesne.
Duquesne.
Yeah, it's spelled odd. It's like it's a French thing. Duquesne. Yeah, Duquesne.
Right on.
Very good school.
So you went to music school?
I did, yeah.
I did not know that.
I was
were you able
sound recording music technology sound recording major
Really?
for 3 whole semesters. Yeah.
No way.
I was a poor student. I'll just go ahead and say that. At least for most of the time. I mean, I had one good semester. I think I was really proud of. I did well. You know, and I was and I had to be. You know, everybody has to declare a primary instrument. I was a percussion performance major.
Cool.
So I have to take lessons. Unfortunately, I didn't get into any of the jazz studies, which is what I really wanted to do, because you couldn't really do that until you got into drum set lessons, which they didn't provide for like first year students. So I didn't really get into that, unfortunately. But what was? Oh yeah, 28 North. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that was like basically college friends as it started, and it just like I figured out I just wanted to get out there and be in a band and play music on the road and play music in bars and
So
shit.
you guys just quit and then went after it.
Yeah,
That's
basically just
cool.
went for it.
So was it like you and Michael and was Taylor in? Or
No,
different?
Taylor came on the scene later,
Oh, okay.
a few years later from the original setup. Really, we went through a few members over the years.
So it was basically you and Michael.
Yes,
Right.
Michael and myself through the whole run until now. Yeah. And yeah, we had quite a journey. That's yet to be told. I think I feel
Right on.
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
So did you write all the songs with him, or?
A lot I did. Yeah, it was. Mike was certainly he was the primary songwriter. Definitely like a genius level songwriter. Like he just so intuitive. Like could just very naturally kind of write songs. But yeah, we would work a lot on. We would get real in depth with stuff. Yeah, lyric wise, harmony wise, vocals, and stuff like that.
Oh, so you did harmonies together, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That was a big thing we like to focus on. We like the vocal harmonies. Something we got from the band. The last waltz became like this Bible for us. The rock film.
Yeah.
Scorsese did. Yeah, just the I don't know, the footage, the what they capture, the character of what they did was like, it's what we wanted to be, I guess. Yeah.
Right on.
But I mean, it's impossible to, of course, recreate anything. But
I mean, yeah, I saw that when I was a kid too, and I was like, whoa. And it was like a documentary, right? It was all real, right?
Right, yeah, there was like, real documentary style footage of, historical things, and they kind of, they really get into it in that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty
about
cool.
the history of rock and roll.
Again.
Yeah, but I'm actually, I should watch it myself. I haven't seen it in a while. But there's a lot of scenes I could quote, verbatim.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Certain things.
I saw it once.
There's so many funny parts, too, because everybody's so coked up.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, it's wild.
No wonder they're just, like,
talking. It's the
and
middle of the
talking
70s in San Francisco, and, like, you could see, like, the footage. You could see, like, just thick, like, standing cigarette smoke. It's just so disgusting.
Man.
Like, they're basically breathing cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
The constantly
entire time.
through the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to see that again. It's so great.
Yeah, man. And they got some great songs.
Yeah, some of the best, in my opinion.
That the live album too of that is really good. What's it called? The Last Waltz.
The Last Waltz, yeah. If anybody has not seen that, I instruct you to do that.
Yeah.
ASAP.
It's definitely pretty cool.
Get up on that.
Right on. So before 28 North, did you have other bands in Cleveland and stuff?
Nothing serious.
Just jamming and shit.
screwing around in the basement, attic. Friends after school making noise. Nothing substantial.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bunch of punk kids,
Yeah.
At that point, I mean, I didn't really know how to make real music, I guess, or like write songs.
Yeah.
I was just the drummer, really.
Right on. So, 28 North, you guys like toured pretty much all over North America.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Coast to coast, all over.
Did you you've been to Canada too?
We have been to Canada, yes.
Right on.
We did Canada. We rocked Canada.
Sweet. And what's the coolest story that you have from traveling, playing
Coolest
music?
story. There's a lot of stuff that happens. Maybe the coolest was 2 gigs opening up for sold out, capacity crowds with ZZ
Whoa.
Top
What?
in Aspen and Denver, Colorado.
You opened up for ZZ Top.
Yeah, man, it was like
wow.
Pretty dream come true kind of circumstance.
How
It
was
was
that?
a wild ride getting there too. It was during the winter of 2014.
In Colorado?
Yeah, we had some disastrous things happen on the road that winter.
What?
But that was like the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Those shows. Yeah, there's a whole thing. We got in like a bus accident.
Oh shit.
I guess you could call it. We were very lucky.
What, were you already driving around in that school bus, or was it a school bus?
Oh no. We had an RV. This was in the RV, and we're trailing a van, right?
Yeah.
We're towing a van, which is like the gig vehicle with all the gear in it. Man, we had this thing down to such a science. The way we packed it, we could fit, 2 guitar amps, bass amp, drums, and then have like ultimately 3 bench seats open, which was amazing to have that much space.
That was the school bus thing. Right?
It was originally a school transportation vehicle, yes, which was our job for a while back in Pittsburgh. Yeah, it was good training for the road. But anywho, yeah, we
So the RV was towing that thing.
That's correct. Yeah, towing a big like 15 passenger van.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was also just in the middle of this horrific winter. Like we were in South Dakota where this little accident
Can't
happened.
only imagine how cold it is.
It was a legit -17, I think,
Whew.
when this all went down. That's without the wind chill, so you're looking at probably under -20. Just like the worst, the absolute
I can't even
worst.
imagine.
Yeah. Anyways, the van somehow came loose and smashed into the back of the RV. And we were, very fortunate to be, on a straight highway, like we were on, was it I-90, South Dakota. South Dakota,
Yeah.
We were very fortunate.
So you were all in the RV.
Yeah. We were cruising in the RV and on our way to, we were on our way to I can't remember if it was Illinois or Iowa. Where this happened and when this happened, and then we got through this accident, and then we're trying to make our way back to somewhere else, and then we got snowed in somewhere along between then and getting to Colorado.
So what happened when the van
Sorry,
hit
this is a very long and meandering process, but
So when the van hit the RV, what happened then?
Well, we were able to, fortunately,
You stopped
by the amazing driving skills of Rick, Mike's dad, was able to safely guide us to the side of the shoulder, and we got out, assessed the situation, and found an extra pin basically for the towing device, which was like a whole thing in itself. It was and when I remember when Mike found that, he pulled it out of his satchel and it held it up like Excalibur, and the heavens lit up. We're like, oh, we found this thing so we could.
So you could fix it.
Yeah, so basically we could get to the point where we could actually tow the vehicle, somewhere safe, because we got messed up, like
the van,
because we were going solid 65, 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, I don't know, it took out a headlight and messed up the radiator a bit. But it was drivable, miraculously, which is a good part of the story, which enabled us to ultimately finish out a few gigs from this,
without having to
this terrible winter tour, which was just an awful idea.
Winter tour in the Midwest.
But we ended it up opening up for ZZ Top. It sold out shows and fucking Belly Up in Aspen, and
there you go.
Paramount Theater in
Aspen.
Aspen. That was a trip. Aspen.
Is it really fancy in Aspen?
Quick Dumb and Dumber reference. Gotta throw that in there. Obligatory Dumb and Dumber reference.
Yeah.
Shout out my favorite movie, probably.
Really?
All time. Yeah, probably.
It's definitely up there. Samsonite.
I was way off. Yeah, but Aspen's cool.
Swanson, though, right?
That's right, Mary Swanson. That's correct. There's our Dumb and Dumber trivia moment for this episode. Tune in next week for the Dumb and Dumber trivia.
Yeah, dude. So, how many people were at the ZZ Top show?
The Aspen show was cool because the Belly Up is more of a larger club, probably 1,800 people. So it's a tiny place for ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And, people are super rich and so I'm sure tickets were really expensive. So it was a really intimate show for them there. That was really cool. Billy Gibbons is, lives up to the image of literally the coolest person on the planet.
Really?
Oh, he's the man, dude. He's the definition of cool. He's like a Buddha, man. He's a vegan. He's thin as a rail, that dude.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant guitar player.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were awesome. They were the real deal. ZZ Top.
Hell yeah.
Probably gets made fun of a lot, but they are the shit.
Dude, I love ZZ Top, man.
Yeah, I love ZZ Top.
Billy Gibbons is the shit for sure, man. But I don't know. In my book, I guess the coolest person on the planet is Slash.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coolest person on the planet is Slash.
I guess for you, it's Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, he's up there. He's
he's
in
definitely,
he's
definitely
in the conversation
cool.
big time. I understand this. I understand the Slash choice. It's he's fucking cool. That is true.
He's fucking cool.
I forgot to ask. You're cool with the swearing on the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Are you a curse friendly podcast?
Just
making sure.
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like that's kind of the point of podcasts for a lot of people. They're like, "Fuck yeah, we do a fucking goddamn podcast."
Cool, man.
It's the new age, man. But yeah, Slash. He's he's super cool. Kind of creepy cool. He's with the snakes and everything.
Yeah.
Right? He likes snakes, doesn't he?
Yeah. I like how he just doesn't say shit,
Yeah, I dig that too. He's always got the sunglasses, then the top hat. I like the top hat. It's a good move.
Yeah.
It's a top hat, right? He wears a top hat?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I guess I never really thought of it, what specific hat it was.
It is.
But it's a top hat, right?
Yeah.
He's a top hat guy. I mean, you can't really make that choice.
No.
Slash did.
He just went for it.
Yeah.
Cool. And then
maybe I should try it.
So, who are you listening to now? What's some good music to recommend?
I'm listening to now. Well, I just went to that Queens of the Stone Age show.
Right.
That was sick. Is
You
at
know
the
what?
Forum.
You told me to get the ticket, and then
Did
like when
tell you
I
about it?
checked, it was sold out.
Yeah,
then-
they're a hot item.
Wow, I didn't
Around
even
LA
know
especially, I
that,
guess.
and that was like months before.
Yeah, I
was like
was
a
like a
few
super
months-
fanboy about it, man. I was like up and ready to
Yeah.
got it all queued up to buy tickets, as soon as they went on sale.
Damn.
It paid off though. I got the floor seats, which like when does that happen? You ever like buy tickets online and get like,
No.
the ideal ticket?
Yeah.
But anyways, that
How was the
recent
show?
album, it was great. The show was awesome.
So did you like the new record?
Yeah, I was gonna say the new record I think is great. Mark
Me
Ronson, the
too.
producer,
Yeah.
fucking he came out and played with them for the
That's
the
right.
encore.
I
One
saw
questionable
that- I saw-
moment they played
They played a
"Goodbye
cover.
Yellow Brick Road,"
Uh-huh. It wasn't
which
good?
is hilarious that they would play that. So I get it. but
Yeah.
it was kind of
But
it was a novelty, I think.
was it a good performance?
Yeah, no, everything they did was great. They nailed everything.
Right on.
Just a silly song to play, I think. But that's the point, right? But yeah,
But I saw like bits of it, and Josh was singing it well.
oh yeah, I think he's a great singer. Actually, I
He's
love his.
definitely a lot better now.
Right. Yeah, I guess he's probably made improvements.
Yeah,
right?
it's probably
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all trying to do, right?
getting lessons from top-notch teachers.
Yeah, I like that
But,
he's got a style too, though.
Yeah,
He's got
he
these
was killing
quirky.
it, though. I saw like just a bit of it. We were seeing the chorus, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Hmm.
He was like really belting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
Queens, fucking
right
love
on.
them. What else am I listening to? I love the band Wolfpack.
Right on, man.
I'm obsessed with them.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely
you introduced
obsessed
me
with
to
them.
them. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I like them too, man.
That's my dose of groove. I love some funk. I need something that's got some funky ass beats.
Yeah, they're
Like the
definitely got some of
Meters,
that.
they're very much the Meters influenced, which is a staple favorite.
Yeah, well, their older stuff.
The Meters, or
Uh,
right, Wolfpack.
yeah.
Yeah, the older Wolf. Yeah, they ventured into like songwriting territory
Yeah,
a lot more recently.
yeah.
Man, I always like blank on this, but there's always something.
Whatever
I
you
should-
just
I
feel
should
like at the
mention.
moment. Just fucking-
I really liked the most recent Grizzly Bear record. I listened to that a lot.
Grizzly
I like
Bear.
them.
I
I
never-
saw them recently too, actually.
I never heard of them.
Oh, I'm sure you've heard some songs of theirs. There's
Oh,
the
they got big songs.
well, there's that one song I was thinking Volkswagen in a Volkswagen commercial, but it's got like the what's it called, the Fender Rhodes piano. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Deet, deet, 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 deet. Oh, wow, wow." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
It's
I
like a
heard
really
it.
catchy. That's one of their catchiest, probably most popular songs, but that
Right
probably
on.
didn't help at all.
What's it called? Grizzly Bear.
Grizzly Bear is the name of the group. Yeah.
Right
Like
on.
artsy alternative rock, and I guess they get tied in with Genesis a lot,
Genesis.
heavily
Cool.
influenced. I'm not a Genesis guy, but
Mm.
I think they get that
I
comparison
like
a lot.
Genesis.
Yeah, I mean, I respect Genesis very much, and prog rock, that whole thing, I definitely get down with.
Oh, really? You
Sure,
get
yeah. I
into
mean, I get
any-
down with everything, but like I enjoy some King Crimson or Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Do you ever get into Yes?
Hell yeah, man.
Hell
I love
yeah.
Yes. Chris Squire is definitely one of
Fuck
my
yeah.
favorite bass players, and
What kind of stuff from Yes do you dig?
I
Anything
got
specifically?
I got some really good Yes records actually.
Oh, some vinyls.
Yeah.
Some vinyls records.
Yeah, I got this one right here.
Man, I want to get into the vinyl thing, but I don't
This
have.
one right here is fucking awesome. Yes songs.
Yes songs.
This is live.
Oh, it's a live record.
Yeah.
Does it have
And
like?
then classic, yeah.
Does it have
It's a good
roundabout? And
Roundabout.
does it roundabout? Yeah. How can you say roundabout not like that?
Yeah.
Roundabout.
This has it.
Roundabout. It's kind of like a mix
Yeah, I
between.
like the old, yes, from the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, like I love Close to the Edge.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah. I think they
That
play
one?
it on that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you got into King Crimson too.
Yeah. That's one of the
Cool,
best shows
man.
I've ever seen, actually.
So you've seen them.
Yeah, I saw them at my high school, actually. My high school
What?
auditorium, yeah. They had this nice, like 1,700 seater. Yeah, my high school had this really nice
So
auditorium. And a lot of acts came through there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, oh, another funny story. Back in the day, I can't remember what, I was in grade school, and Oasis played there.
What?
This was probably.
So what they didn't play for the kids in school.
This was before. No.
They sold tickets and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was like a real concert.
Right,
You know?
right. But it was just at your campus.
But yeah, it was at the high school, and but wait for it. I went there with my mom, and I got
Oasis is the
Noel Gallagher's autograph.
Really?
Because we were just waiting outside the high school at this little doorway
And you
that
saw
was
him
kind of like
smoking
by
a
the
cigarette?
auditorium. He just came out. This was also before Wonderwall. This was before
Really?
they were at their biggest.
Ah.
So this is like super hardcore 90s, like Definitely Maybe was the record. I mean, they had hits on that
was
record.
before
Remember
their
that?
big record.
Yeah. They had 2 hits. They had it was like a song called Supersonic.
Yeah. Right.
What was that other song? The big one. There was a big one that was like, maybe I don't really want to know how you got and grows. And I just want to fly.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know that
Right. It
song.
was around that time when they were playing there, which is kind of surprising.
So you were into them.
I swear this happened.
You were into them to actually go buy a ticket and like.
No, I didn't go to the show.
Oh, you just.
That's the funny thing. I was probably 8 years old or something.
Oh, okay.
2nd, 3rd grade, 4th grade, something like that. And my mom took me. My mom was into music. Like she still is. I mean, she was a big driver for my taste in music. I was fortunate. I went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers with my mom once. Actually,
Nice.
it was on Halloween.
Cool. So your mom took you to go see concerts?
Yeah, but this was later. I was like 20, 21.
Oh, right.
but yeah, I still
So
went.
she was into
she
the
went with me.
Chili Peppers? That's dope.
Sure, yeah. That was a sick show. This was for Frusciante too.
Oh,
before
yeah.
he-
I saw
before
him
he
with
split.
Frusciante too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Out
and-
here, right?
Yeah, it was right when Californication came out.
Oh, dude, I bet that was sick.
That was fucking sick, man.
So was that down in Orange County or?
Yeah, in Irvine Meadows,
Yeah,
which is
right.
now Verizon Wireless.
Oh yeah, I've been.
Yeah, but
I saw a show there.
they were definitely on. Frusciante was on some shit for sure. He looked like he was
Oh,
half
no.
dead, but
Yeah.
they still rocked it, man. And dude,
Yeah.
well, of course, like Flea was just like
Yeah, Flea's
he's
like a storm.
yeah,
Of awesomeness.
it's just like that energy. Just,
Yeah.
like, so much energy.
Yeah,
Like
I love that dude.
yeah, he like lit the place on fire, dude.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you about the Halloween show where they lifted him up on strings at the beginning? You know how the Chili Peppers at the beginning of every show, they come out and they do like a jam, like an instrumental thing. For this Halloween show, and they were all dressed up. Flea was dressed up as like a goblin or something, and I think he had a hunchback on, and this, cloak or whatever. And you just saw this. So we had some seats kind of far back, and before the show started, we just saw this dude up there with like a bass guitar, hunched over in this cloak. But as soon as Chad Smith and John Frusciante come out, they start doing their thing, jamming. They hoist Flea up on these strings. What do you call them? Like
Yeah.
elevate him in the air and
Yeah.
just like swing him around all across the stage, and he's playing the bass and just like, rocking
Damn.
out and like kicking his legs like crazy.
Like in
too. He's, like,
the Bon Jovi video, right?
Yeah, it's one of the coolest things I've probably seen at a concert, actually, to be honest.
So, So he was flying the whole time.
Yeah, for the intros, like I don't know, make a 2 minutes jam they do before Kiedis comes out, starts singing
I don't know
off
if you've
key.
seen this, but yeah, the Bon Jovi video for "Gotta Hold."
Wait, yeah,
On
what's
What we've got
for Living on a Prayer?
Yeah, they're
Man, you know what's funny?
they're all on strings and they're like flying.
I'm not even familiar with that video.
Really?
That's terrible, isn't it? That's something I probably should know.
But yeah, I mean that's the whole band except for the drummer was like flying
Yeah,
in the show, and it's like that's what their tour was, and then they were like flying and shit. It was
Wait,
pretty
the
cool.
whole, but they would do that at the tours on every show.
I think so because it was like it was a music video.
Yeah,
but it was like of their live show.
yeah.
Like,
That's,
like the real screaming.
I believe. I
fans
mean,
and
that was a
stuff.
different time. The '80s, the
Yeah.
fucking hair bands, the
And they were, like,
theatrical things they would
huge,
do.
dude. The
Van
biggest
Halen,
probably-
all those guys. White Snake.
Yeah, Van Halen was huge, but Bon Jovi was at a different level. Like
Yeah, was
like
Bon
popularity.
Jovi? Did they top Van Halen? I don't even know
Oh,
because
yeah.
they weren't.
Oh yeah.
I never got hardcore into those groups.
Yeah, because like everywhere you go in the world, people know.
You think they know Bon Jovi over
Oh yeah,
Van Halen?
they know fucking.
Really?
Living on a Prayer, dude. Everywhere
Yeah,
you go,
well,
people
okay,
know that
makes
song,
sense.
man.
Yeah, I guess Bon Jovi tops him with the smash
Like people
hits,
don't know
because they got the Living on a Prayer,
Yeah,
and that's like
it's just.
it's like
yeah.
in that class of hit song, it's like
Yeah.
them and Journey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like them and it's that and Don't Stop Believing,
yeah.
and
I
I don't know,
think-
maybe
I
maybe
think
a Michael
Bon
Jackson
Jovi's
song
bigger.
you throw
I
in
think
there.
Bon Jovi's bigger because they even had like hits through the '90s, like
Oh, bigger than Journey.
big mainstream hits. Like
I guess so.
like because you're not into it.
They
'cause
did
it's,
keep
like,
going. Yeah, what was that one?
They have like
What
hits.
what was
through
the one from like
90s.
the late '90s?
So many hits, man. They're like one of the biggest.
This is a
fucking
song for
bands.
the broken
Exactly.
hearted.
They have hits and hits and
in the
hits.
talk box. You gotta love
And
that.
it's just like
They're-
we're not aware of it because they're like cheesy fucking songs, but it's just mainstream,
yeah,
like fucking.
And Richie
mainstream.
Sambora was not afraid to throw that talk box in there.
Right.
you gotta-
right,
you gotta-
right.
You got him.
It's
Give him
just-
props for that. Not afraid to do it.
Yeah. You know, this
It's
is,
it's a total joke, but
do you know Dennis Leary?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that
of
guy?
course.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
And in the '90s, he came out with this comedy album that I used to listen to a lot.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think-
The Cure for Cancer one. or
Yeah,
whatever?
No Cure for Cancer.
No Cure
There
for
you go.
Cancer. Right.
Do you remember his Bon Jovi joke?
Oh, I'm sure I've heard it, but I don't remember.
He's like, they keep taking the great ones, man. Why do they have to take the great ones like when they're young, like Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison,
Right.
Janis Joplin? They all, Stevie Ray Vaughan. They all died when they were young, like 27. You know,
Right.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. He crashed. His helicopter crashed. Why can't we get fucking John Bon Jovi to get into a plane? Come on, John. There's a hairdresser in there. Yeah, that was me butchering Dennis Leary's joke.
It's tough to rehearse, or what do you call it? Repeat jokes, I guess.
But yeah, fucking Bon Jovi's huge, man, and they were flying in that video, like kung fu movies.
Oh wait, yeah, and then what was it? Motley Crue, where Tommy Lee does like the cage.
Oh
thing.
right, and then he
There's that
spins
one.
around in midair.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a thing.
Yeah.
We need some pyrotechnics.
Yeah, we need to put some more
Maybe
of
not
that
yet.
back in rock. I did see Metallica last year, and they
Oh,
had
yeah.
some fucking crazy pyrotechnics.
You went to the Rose Bowl show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
that's
fun.
right.
That was fun.
Yeah, I've never seen Metallica.
Did you ever get into it?
Lightweight, not really hardcore into them.
Mm.
I like them. I definitely respect them.
Did you ever get into metal?
I mean, not not a lot. I love Tool.
Oh, you do? Right
Yeah, I
on.
do love Tool.
Saw him last year with Primus.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They've been doing some shows.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorite acts. One of my favorite bands I've ever seen.
Who, Tool?
Yeah.
When did you see him?
I've seen him a few times.
Oh, right on.
Lateralis tour, I think, was the
I
first
saw
time I
that,
saw him.
dude.
Yeah.
Did you see him where they had these crazy orbs spinning
Orbs.
that look like molecules?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they
but
were
they didn't
like-
have it for the whole show.
Yeah, like
For-
halfway through they just
Right.
started levitating.
I do remember. Yeah, absolutely. That's
that
right.
was gnarly, huh?
Yeah, they
Like
always
these-
have the fucking coolest stage
Yeah.
setups. You know, without a doubt.
So they had these like gigantic 3-dimensional.
They look like they look like a cluster of
things.
molecules, like
Yeah.
a little round.
And they were spinning in midair behind the
right,
band.
yeah, they're like,
I saw that too.
and they're huge. They must have
Yeah.
been like, if you imagine it as a diameter of a sphere, it's probably like 6 feet wide or something.
No, it's got to be
Bigger, you think, maybe? More like
they were
twice
huge.
that?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, at least
They
10
were massive.
or like maybe 20. Yeah,
And
not 20, but
they were like,
15.
I guess they were being.
Were they?
They were
looked like
suspended
they were being,
in the air. They weren't suspended. They were like being blown by
yeah,
fans.
exactly. That's what I think it was. It was like fans, right?
Yeah.
So that
That
they
is
would
so
sort of like
cool.
rotate in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were fucking cool.
That was
Those-
trippy as hell.
Yeah,
I've never seen
Tool-
anything like that, and I don't think I'll ever see anything like that again.
Yeah, their show is truly trippy.
Yeah.
Fucking. Was that the one where they had a backdrop of like a big sort of like psychedelic looking face, basically?
Face.
You would know what I was talking about if you saw
I
it.
don't see.
So
I don't
no,
remember.
this must have been
I
a
don't think
different
I
set.
saw that tour.
Okay, it must have been a different setup.
Yeah.
But then they got into the laser thing. They got the lasers for the
Oh, yeah.
10,000 Days tour.
That was. Did you see it when like the whole stage was like a big screen?
The white screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I think that was 10,000 Days.
crazy, man. Yeah. That was,
Yeah. Trippy as
that
hell.
was when I saw that, it was like that blew my head off.
And I loved how like they would project things onto Maynard, you know,
Yeah.
especially during like more instrumental portions. Like, cause he had like a white background, sort of like on his like little, I don't know, personal, riser that he had, or whatever, that he was standing on singing, and they would project,
Yeah.
digital things onto his like body.
Yeah.
But yeah, trippy as hell.
That was so cool, man. When I saw that, I was just fucking screaming my head off. I couldn't believe like, people,
Yeah.
like,
No
yeah, man.
way.
Yeah, dude. Like, how the fuck?
It's like how people felt when Peter Frampton busted, started making his guitar talk.
Oh,
Or like when Jimmy Page used a theremin at the Led Zeppelin shows.
Oh, yeah.
He's making sound with his hands, man. Whoa. These guys are gods.
But it was, I was just fucking trippy as shit, man. Especially I remember like points where they would just jam and like you'd only see the stage as like clouds and sky.
Right.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was
So
really
wait,
creative.
What was Primus like?
Primus? Okay, I have to be honest, I guess. They didn't have a good show when I saw them.
Hey, everybody has bad shows.
Like Les wasn't like into it. I don't think he
Yeah.
was into it, man. Because I've seen videos.
Uh-huh.
I've seen so many videos, and so I was really stoked.
Because I think, I'd like to see them. I think I kind of saw them once at a festival, but it was
But
very brief.
Larry and Herb were fucking amazing. It was
good.
Les, dude.
That's good.
I don't know.
Too much drugs, perhaps.
I don't know.
Could be an issue there.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe I don't know. He didn't seem like he was trying enough. I don't know.
One of those days, perhaps.
Maybe I'm just fucking harsh critic, but I'm not the only one.
Maybe he was bummed he was playing second fiddle to
to
Tool.
I
I don't know.
I mean, that day had
Oh, were there other bands?
yeah, there was a few bands and
Right.
fucking Clutch. Have you heard of Clutch?
Yeah, I do know
They
Clutch a
are
little bit.
really good. They
Yeah.
played before Primus, and they fucking
Yeah, they're
rock.
badass.
And Tool rocked for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Like I was really really deaf by that point.
That's a loud one. That'll be a loud one.
Yeah,
Danny Carey's definitely a favorite drummer,
right on.
especially growing up.
Yeah, he plays at this place
Oh,
nearby.
yeah, the Baked Potato.
Yeah.
Right, I've seen him once there.
Oh
Actually, yeah, it was a few years ago. Saw him do the Volto thing.
yeah. Oh, right on. So what's that like?
Oh, it was so
Is
good.
it rock?
Yeah, it's like fusion rock, I guess.
Uh.
Do you know the guy Kurt Covington?
Uh.
He plays keyboards and drums.
Oh, so it's jazz
Multi-instrumentalist.
fusion.
Yeah,
Oh,
fusion, but
okay.
like heavy fusion, shredding, sort of
Oh, okay.
like rock
guitar.
fusion. Yeah. There's a
Like
guitar player.
Alan Holdsworth kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
More on that in that vein. But this dude, Kurt Covington's,
He's a guitar player.
he might. I don't know. He played keyboards though with
Oh,
this
okay.
group,
Okay.
and also like a little drum set as well. Like he had a half drum set set up next to his keyboard.
Oh,
He's
really?
badass. Yeah, he's really really good. I think he was in I want to say it's a band called like Tribal Tech. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, it's familiar.
I think that was something he did.
Right on.
I'm not that familiar with him though.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah, Danny Carey, fucking sick.
Right on.
One of my favorites.
Cool. And then now, how do you like playing King Soul and the Vibes?
Oh, it's a blast, man. Nothing but like pure joy playing these songs, man. You know,
Oh, sweet.
I love the reggae vibes. Love the ska songs. Love that there's salsa. You know, there's Latino element.
Right
I
on.
love that.
So
Absolutely.
how do you like playing all these
And,
Latin?
especially having Willie on the congas and the percussion.
Yeah.
And you know that element exceptional because I've never really been in a band with the percussion element, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, so it's fun to have that interaction,
Yeah.
especially.
Well, how do you like the all the different styles that we're playing and stuff?
Oh, I love it. It's like you know, one of my favorite aspects of the band for sure. Getting to do like sometimes just straight up funk songs, or like the Santana style kind of grooves. And then learning about them too, like what's the one I always forget, La Oportunidad.
Yeah.
I don't even know what is that, cha cha kind of.
It's Guajira.
That's Guajira.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like
that's the
getting comfortable with those different
Yeah.
styles. You know, it's fun.
Well, I gotta say, man, you're picking it up perfectly.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, glad to have you here. We got a show to play.
Yes, we do. That's right.
We're about to play Cabo Wabo Cantina in Hollywood, and it should be pretty fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys out there, check us out at kingsoul.net, and you can check Green Tea playing drums live sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Green Tea, thank you very much for being on the Analog Hour.
My pleasure. 100%. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And let's do this again sometime, and let's go rock Hollywood.
Absolutely.
All right. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.